When you talk to young people about career choices, very often they're not sure what they want to do. So this event, Raising Aspirations, is not just about giving young people an idea about what they might want to do, but encouraging them to aim high. For 2 days, the University of the West of England's Conference Centre is transformed into a career haven. 2,500 children from mostly the academies were to experience a fantastic insight into career opportunities. The first event of its kind is designed to inspire, enthuse and excite curiosities. Tim Holmes is one of the organisers of the event and the lead learning mentor.
There's a range of young people here today on that spectrum of having lots of confidence and very little confidence. It's about enhancing what is out there. The professionals here will see all the students as unique individuals, and the sense that we have as teachers, as people that work in schools and academies here, is that we actually believe in our students, and I think that belief spills over, and we see students leaving our schools and academies far more confident.
17-year-old Adrian Pukowski is a classic example of someone who achieved against all the odds. When he arrived in this country from Poland 5 years ago, he didn't speak a word of English.
At the end of year 11, I ended up with 18 GCSEs, aged out to C, got 1 C, so...
Adrian does not waver from his advice to other aspiring students.
To those kids who don't sort of believe in themselves, they think, I'm not going to do very well, I'm just going to give up. There's always an opportunity for everyone in UK, I found out. You can do anything. Whoever you want to be, there's obviously a longer sort of path to get to that stage, but there's always opportunity after opportunity to get there.
Adrian could be seen as an exception rather than the rule. His potential was spotted and his teachers believed in him, but most importantly, he believed in himself. Teacher expectations have a huge role to play in education and attainment. If a teacher believes in you, the chances are you will do well. If they don't, it could be a whole different story.
People say to you, you could only achieve this. You start to believe it. And I think it takes a strong person to overcome that. And as a young person, you haven't got that kind of confidence to say, I can do this, even if regardless of the fact that you cannot, you're telling me that I can't do this thing.
Our challenge as teachers is to see the best of every young person, to see them as who they really are, to see them with all their potential, to see them with all that lovely enthusiasm that they come from primary school with, not to see them perhaps as that public image that's portrayed, sometimes negatively and wrongly.
At St Mary Redcliffe and Temple School, Year 10 students from global majority backgrounds are able to enrol on an after-school project called Going for Gold. Students are able to develop skills for academic achievement and for life.
Only you can control you. I can't control you, only you can control you.
It focuses on issues such as self-esteem and dealing with discrimination. Head teacher Elizabeth Gilpin has witnessed huge success since the programme started.
Going for Gold is run by 2 of my African Caribbean heritage staff, and it's aimed specifically at students who are of black and minority ethnic backgrounds, and it's really aimed at helping them understand their own history, their own culture, the barriers that they can face, how to tackle racism, how to believe in themselves, and how to really do their best.
Teacher Maureen Morris is a great advocate of the programme.
I've been a teacher here now for about 13, 14 years. And when I arrived, the population of black and ethnic minority students was about sort of 5%. We're now looking at the fact that that's around 31%, and we felt that there was something that was needed to actually cater for our black students.
Right, so people touching you, right, without any apparent reasons. Tripping you up, okay.
Parents are very supportive. Amongst them, there is a sort of hunger for their children to exceed. They don't want their children to fall by the wayside.
I chose to do him because I wanted to.
A number of our students, we find academically they're not achieving, and they're underachievers, I should say, even though they've got the ability, they just don't seem to be achieving. And in this course, we try to address things like low self-esteem. We look at things like, fulfilling your potential. We look at different learning styles and how you best learn.
Today is the world's leading.
Every child has to choose something they're passionate about and do a presentation on it. So they build self-presentation skills, and they connect with something that they are passionate about and want to communicate with others about. And I think through doing that, they gain more confidence in themselves. They may not, when the programme starts, be very confident at public speaking, but they gain confidence.
When this national concept of going for gold came to Bristol, interestingly, St Mary Redcliffe and Temple School were the only school to take it up.
It's all about aspiration, and what we think about is that when you feel good about yourself, it does help you. It determines how you present yourself, the quality work that you do. Another thing that at St Mary, they're very privileged in that myself and my colleague, Mrs. Morris, we act as positive role models for students. And these are some of the things that the Going for Gold is focusing on.
I think the only way that you can succeed is if you believe in yourself, and if you don't believe in yourself, then you're not going to succeed. And if you believe in yourself, then it pushes you to work harder and achieve gold, which is what the programme supports.
It's good for you to have belief in yourself, because then at least you know you can do what you want to reach. Because if you don't have belief in yourself, then you're just going to bring yourself down, you won't get anywhere.
I was thinking, well, I could do okay in school, but since I did Going for Gold, I realised that okay isn't enough. I have to do great. I have to do perfect. I have to make sure I'm the best that I can be. And I have to make sure that I don't accept anything less than that.
I think I'd like to do something in sciences, because I really like science. So probably going to medicine. I think that's quite interesting.
What they do at St Mary Redcliffe with Going for Gold is a good example of how you can use extracurricular activities to really expand the horizons and raise the aspirations of young people.
The aspiration is there, but also the aspirations have to be realistic. And if you have aspirations, you have to plan to achieve those goals.
If I can do it, so can you. So I want you to achieve. I want you to aspire for as much as you can. And my slogan with my children is, if you believe it, you can achieve it. If it's going to be, it's up to me.
I think what we have to understand is things do not happen by accident. We need to have a clear strategy about how our children are going to achieve and how do we help them to achieve those things.